much more awkward vlogging in here when I know people can understand me. So I'm gonna just try to stand here where there's no one really. But yeah, I'm here already. It's pretty crazy. I still have to wait about like 5 hours before I could catch my ride to Colorado, and it'll be around 11 o'clock p.m. over there. So that's gonna suck, but yeah, I kind of miss China already. Like, I am so glad I don't have to deal with squat toilets anymore, but there's like, and I'm so glad that I can actually go somewhere and ask someone anything and they'll understand me completely, so I can do things by myself finally again. So that'll be very nice, but also, I don't know, I just miss the bunch of people pushing and shoving, kind of, and there's just so many people, and China is very friendly, so I don't know, maybe I'll miss that. But it's also weird because I just changed the currency and I forgot about the change in the cents in America, that there's 99, cents, and in China there was only 9. So it's gonna be much harder to actually count change and all that stuff. I'll have to try to remember how to do math and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm just hanging around the airport now and waiting until my flight, which I tried to ask some friends to come over, but it was a very last minute thing again. And so I know 2 people, I think, that live in Seattle, but yeah, sadly they're working. But also I could have met Nicole again because she lives in Canada and that's about an hour away from Seattle, so I could have done that, but sadly, I didn't really tell her. I forgot to tell her, and she didn't know, so we couldn't meet up. But maybe next time I'll meet her again. But for now, yeah, I am just going to hang out here, try to get used to everything. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but there's so, like, I was talking to Nicole about this too, and she had the same problem, that it's weird how many white people there are here. Like, I'm just so used to being like all Asians and barely any foreigners, where now there's all I guess it's not foreigners anymore. It's all like Americans and no Asians or anything, so it's gonna get a little bit to get used to, but not that much since I was only there for 4 months. But yeah, so I don't know what to do now. Let's just walk around, I guess. Oh, also Celine gave me this, which I feel bad for taking, but the dad said it was okay because Celine wanted to give it to me. But I think there's 5. It's for the Olympics. Let's see, Beijing. Yeah, Beijing 2008 Olympics. There's mascots. There's 5 of them, I think. And the family had all 5. Now I took one of them, so they don't have a complete set. So I feel bad, but it's nice that Celine wanted me to have this. So there's no one in the subway or the train going to my gate. But I forgot to say that, okay, I went on Delta Air, and
Please hold on. Next stop, North Main Terminal, C, D, and N gate.
Okay, the flight attendants were so rude. Luckily, I befriended some of them, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been interested in being a flight attendant and going to different countries and speaking the language. And they're like, yeah, give us your information and we'll talk to you and tell you more about it and if you'll like it more. So we'll see if that actually happens. Okay, so what I was saying was that, yeah, the flight attendants were very rude. There was only 2 Asians and the rest were white. And I think there's 3 people that spoke Chinese. But yeah, like, luckily I befriended them. Like, when I first came in, like, I know, always be nice to the flight attendant because their job is stressful as it is, but they don't really do customer service that well. But they were so rude. especially to the other Asians that were next to me. They were just had so much attitude to their voice that like one person said, "Oh, hey, can I have another cup of coffee, please?" And she was like, "Wait your turn, sir. Let me finish these people, and then I will come back to you and serve you, okay? Okay." And I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. But yeah, I was talking to her a lot and like sympathized with her, and she gave me free refills and stuff, so that was nice. Like whenever she would pass me, she's like, "Oh, do you want some more of that, whatever you have?" And I'm like, yeah, thanks. But yeah, like what I was saying was that, you know, I'm interested in being like a flight attendant. I'll have to do more research on it and stuff, but it seems like a nice enough job where you could go travel the country and spend a few days there, like in a hotel, but it's definitely a more stressful thing. So I don't know, I'll have to look up and stuff, but hopefully, like, I gave her my number and my email address, and maybe she'll message me back or not, who knows. She said that I was friendly enough to friendly and talkative enough to be a flight attendant, and she's like, "Well, how many languages do you know?" And I'm like, "I'm not fluent in any, not even English." She's like, "Oh, you don't have to be fluent in anything." I'm like, "Yeah, I know basic greetings of a lot of languages, but I know, like, right now, probably highest to lowest of knowledge of languages is Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, Korean, German, French." Yeah. So, and they're really not that good, but I feel like if I studied more, I would get better enough. Definitely not to be able to like translate anything what the flight attendants say, but just say, you know, "Hello, goodbye, how are you, do you need something, do you want water, tea, coffee, da da da," that kind of stuff. But yeah, so now I am going on, I still have to wait like 4 or 5 hours, but I am going on Alaskan Airlines, so that'll be interesting to see how well their customer service is. And then yeah, I'll be around 11 p.m. when I get home. So then I get to sleep and figure out my life once I get back. Yeah. Hello! Hello! Hi, my baby! Whoa! Hello! Whoa! Whoa! Hello! Oh!